Hello traveler, and welcome back to yet another story with collectibles from World of Warcraft. Today is a very short video because everything I have with me is this little fella, a representative of the Scourge. Let's go! This is a DC Unlimited Series 5 figure and his name is Rottingham. There's no special lore about this, but I do have a bit of lore as with regards to the Scourge that I can connect with this one here. So let's look at that to start with, then I will bring my Frostmourne and we're going to look at the details. This would be an example of mindless ghoul. The reason I call it mindless is because this is not one of the Forsaken. As with Sylvanas, for example, she is one of the more advanced creatures that the Lich King turned into an undead, in her case a banshee. So she started to recover her personality once the control of the Lich King waned. This, and it is the case with this one and with simple-minded ghouls, skeletons, and other types of undead creatures, these are not special in any way, and these stay under the control of the Lich King. The purpose of the Scourge and ghouls and skeletons just like this one was from the very beginning to weaken the armies of Azeroth so that Sargeras and the Burning Legion would have an easier time conquering the planet Azeroth and destroying it there. So this, at the time today, the expansion running currently is The War Within, and Midnight is coming the 18th of August this year, 2025. It is Bolvar Fordragon who is commanding the Scourge, and not at the same time. You see, the main artifact which made the Lich King and which helped control the Scourge was the Helm of Domination, and I will bring that in. It's just as a prop so you better can understand the story. So when the Helm of Domination was created, its purpose was to keep the Scourge under the control for the Lich King. As we know now, there is no Lich King because Bolvar Fordragon took the crown, forever being the jailer of the damned. But then Sylvanas came in and she split the helm apart. That means there is no Helm of Domination anymore, and the Scourge is just running rampant. We don't know how things look on Azeroth. The only thing that we've seen on Azeroth since Shadowlands is that we returned to the Arathi Plaguelands with the storyline there. So we don't know much about how the Scourge is doing. It could be that when we're back the Scourge is everywhere, but it could always be that when Stormwind is under the command of Turalyon, who is a very, very holy oriented paladin, he did not allow the Scourge to run around and grow. This is what we know about the Scourge. This is the state right now, and I think that was quite a bit of lore to relate to this little fella here, Rottingham. Let's have a look at the figure itself. Let's start with the weight. In grams, this guy is 190 grams. 190 grams. If I manage to place him down and get some measurements of him, this is the tallest point and it clocks in at 15 centimeters. 15 centimeters in height, 14 centimeters in width, and the depth you will need to store this guy is also 14 centimeters. 14 centimeters because he's quite deep, as you can see here. The figure portrays an insane ghoul, just like the ones you can see in Duskwood. So this is one of them. There are 1 moving joints, 2 moving joints, 3 moving joints on this ghoul. The hands and the arms, they don't do anything. I think the most impressive feature about this ghoul is the red color that he is painted. I'm not sure the camera will do it justice, but the red of the blood, both on his feet here and also on his fingers, is very shiny and very realistic. Reminds me of you know, fresh blood, and it's really, it doesn't remind me of flesh blood. I don't kill people and look at their flesh blood, but this looks very realistic. His eyes, actually his face and his teeth are extremely clean. I will place this in front of my shirt because it's simple and black, so you can see it a tiny bit better. So it's a bit funny that his mouth and his teeth are completely clean. There's no traces of blood on it. Oh, yes, his head looks like it also tilts. Yeah, I just saw that extra fourth joint here. His head tilts as well. Good. If we start from the bottom, we have some undead claws here, just normal feet. He is very, very bandaged, and a couple of leather straps on each of the two legs down here. Some bony structure, so this would be banned in China. Some bony structure with, it looks like it's this part of his leg that's either bit off by some other creature or it's just rotten away. Up towards the chest area, his belly is missing. You can see an empty stomach here, and then you can see the spine with some good details with the bones here. You can see some quite good details, and you can see the spine. Moreover, when you go up towards the back section, you can see the exposed muscle structure with the spine here being very visible, and still some of the bony structure and his muscle structure still remains here. Going towards the forearms, which are also covered in these bandages, which are white and open, which is a nice touch. It just makes this a bit more realistic. So here we go on each side, carrying on to his hands, which look, I think, oversized for the body of this ghoul, but that's kind of the lore and how ghouls normally look, with very, you know, unusually large hands here and here. They are also very bloody. So it looks, what this tells me about the lore of this ghoul is they would use their feet and their hands to just hunt their prey for sport, but not to devour it. It could be that that is why they are called insane ghouls, but I guess we'll never know. It has a bit remnants of hair, which was at some point a human, and quite a lot of it over here. It's white and not very flexible. It is some sort of rubber, but it doesn't give too much in when I try to poke it with the Frostmourne here. But these are made of rubber, the bandages, so they give in a bit. Not this one on the inside. His fingers neither. It's this that is more, you know, rubbery. And his leather straps are quite hard, not as soft as the bandages. You see this other side? This is softer. The one in the bottom here is softer, and this one is also soft. The bandage here is much more rigid than the other, and it's also covered in blood. Interesting figure. I bought this secondhand, and let's get to the part of the video where I ask you and myself, should you buy this or not? And I can give you my perspective on it. I think this is interesting, and it looks good. It's a funny little figure, but because of the fact that it does not have too much lore connected to it, this is going to be one of the parts in my collection that will have to find a new owner. I think also it looks spooky in a way which I don't necessarily like in my collection. I would rather, you know, I play Alliance, I play a Paladin, so this is not the very first choice that I would make as a keep it collectible. So because of those reasons, this will find a new owner at some point. But with that left to the side, I think for what it is, a small rubber statue or action figure, kind of use those interchangeably. I think this has a really good execution. You will have to fight a tiny bit to find a position which can hold itself up, but once you do that, it's no issue whatsoever. I think it's good that you can position him all these separate ways. It has kind of a tendency to hold its weight a bit better when the upper body is turned to the right side. As you can see here, the balance is much better and it just stands a lot better on itself. What do you think? Do you like Rottingham as a ghoul? Would you buy this? How much would you pay for it if you were to buy this? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoy these videos, all the reviews that I made for all the weapons and all the lore stories, the only way that I can measure whether you are enjoying this or not, whether you are seeing these videos, is through some of the likes, subscribes, and maybe even shares that I get on the channel. So if you want to support the channel in any way, there's no economics right now as of 2025 for me. The only reason or the only way I can continue doing this is by seeing some support from the other side, from the community, from you. So if you're enjoying these videos, if you're getting anything out of it, throw a subscribe to the channel, maybe a like if you like this video, and with that I will close down and see you in the next video. Bye!